G'day, Tragic here, and welcome back to the next turn of Eldritch Horror. Let's get into this. We have a few corrections to fix up from the last turn, so let's get into that straight away. For starters, I have combat all wrong. So let's come down here. I'm just going to take a look at this epic monster here. Let's have a quick look at his back. You do the mind test, and you need to get 2 successes to suffer no damage. Basically, you have to do a difference test. So this is a mind test with no modifiers, and we need 2 successes to pass without taking damage. If we get no successes, we take 2 damage. If we take 1 success, we take 1 damage, and then we move on to the combat test. Now the combat test is similar, but also has a caveat where if you actually do damage, you don't take damage, which is really weird. So if we look at the combat rules down here, it says if the monster damage is greater than the test result, the investigator loses health equal to the difference. So we rolled 3 successes and his damage is 3, so there was no damage taken by the investigator, which is huge. Because not only do we not take 3 damage, we don't take hypothermia. And it says if he passes, the monster loses health equal to the test result. So a pass is a single result, a single success. The test result is how many successes. So we got 3 test results, which means we did 3 damage. And that is basically how the strength part works. So this guy here is still at 5 health, but more importantly, this guy here does not lose 3 health, so he's back to 5, and he doesn't get hypothermia, which is awesome. And in addition, he has an ability, where is it? Moxie. Now, Moxie says you may re-roll 1 die when resolving a mind test. Now, as I rolled 1 success and I thought, well, that's a pass, I didn't re-roll a die. So we get 1 more roll to possibly not lose that sanity. We are going to get 1 extra roll, and hopefully we're going to get a success. Yeblemo, and we don't. Now, because we didn't get that success, that means we got a total of 1 success on the mind test. We actually lose 1 health on sanity. We're down to 4. Now, I believe that is now correct. In addition, actually, while I'm here, she should be 1 health higher. I can't remember exactly why I had that, but it was in my notes. Oh yeah, that's right. So we had the Cho-Cho, or whatever you call it here. What happened was, I thought she took 1 damage, but she didn't. That's why I put up a damage. But then we redid the little turn, and she defeated the monster. But there is a little thing that says, if you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, gain 1 random item asset. So let's just grab a random item asset. Trinket item here. Yoink. Grotesque Compendium. It's an item and it's a tome. Gain +4 when resolving a spell effect. Each 6 you roll counts as 2 successes. So it's basically when resolving a spell, we have exploding dice and +4. And it's a tome. Now, I'll read through a lot of her stuff later on, but there is somewhere in all these cards, there's an effect that triggers off tomes. I think it's this item here, Arcane Insight. It says, choose yourself or another investigator or any space and test law -2. Roll 1 additional dice for each tome. So that's pretty awesome. And actually, while we're looking at him, he has the Psychoanalyst, which means when he took a rest action, he gains a 2nd sanity, I believe. Yeah, so he gains 1 additional sanity as well. Okay, bam, that's the end of that. Let's get into this. So we are going to continue with this guy as the first player. So Joe's going to be the last player. He is in Tokyo, but he has detained, which basically means he can't do jack. You cannot move or perform actions other than the action on this card. Instead of resolving an encounter, flip this card. Local action, test influence. If you pass this card. So his influence is 4, which is good. So hopefully we'll be able to pass this card. Yablamo. And we get 1. That's a pass. Okay, so detained is discarded. We're going to do his action, which allows us to discard up to 2 cards from the asset offer, and then we get a free action. So over here, let's discard Kerosene and whatever that one is. Light, I can't even read. Lodge Hunter, and we'll bring out these 2. So we have a 3, a 1, a 2, and a 1. But I think what we're going to do for his next action is actually take a focus token. Now, Akaki is in Shanghai. She's going to move to Tokyo. What has she got here? And she is also going to take a focus token. Actually, spending more time looking at this guy, he actually has a debt condition. So I'm going to take that token back and do another influence test, which is 4 dice. And just get rid of that debt condition. Come on, 4. You blemo. There's another pass. And that is gone. Here we are with the Master Smuggler, and he is in the same space as Harvey. And he's at Rome, which has a boat space towards London. Now he's going to use his action ability, which says, you and or another investigator on your space may move 1 space along a ship or train path. So basically, we get to move, and he gets a free action next turn because he won't have to move. But we also have Notorious Smuggler, which says, after resolving your action ability, you and or the other investigator may perform an additional trade action or travel action. So what this means is that both these people can now, you and the other investigator. Yeah, so both these guys now get to do a trade action, and we still haven't actually spent his second action. So let's have a look at the trading. So it's this guy, and this guy that are all together. First we'll get Arcane Insight and any tombs. So we've got, this is a tome, and they're going to go to Henry up here. And that's all he's going to do. But now this guy gets to do a trade action. And remember, in this game, trade is one way. So he can trade with other people, but not take items from people. What have you got here? He really needs a weapon, doesn't he? You know, he's not actually going to send anything to anybody. He's just going to keep the cards he has. And that's the end of that. Remember, he did his action, which was the move. He's got 1 action, beg your pardon. He did his action, which is his move, and that gives him a free trade action. And now he has 1 more action. And he is going to do a asset acquire. In fact, I will do a trade. I'm going to send this bloke here from Henry over here. This is the Lorient ally character that gives extra successes on acquire asset actions. And then we're going to do an asset action acquire. So he has 3 plus 1 is 4, plus he has the Lorient, which gives him an extra success, which means he's already got 1 point. And now he gets to roll 4 dice. So let's give him 1 point. Come on, blemo, and he gets nothing. Useless, useless. So he can't actually buy anything, and I don't want to take, I don't want to take a debt condition. I feel like a comet is on the way. Now down here, we have this bloke. He is going to, let me just quickly check his cards. He hasn't really got anything. So he's going to take a focus token and then move into here. So he gets a focus token. Okay, so now it's this guy's turn. What's Arcane Insight do? Okay, so it basically allows us to gain clues. So what he's going to do actually is he's going to do Blessing of Isis. Now, Blessing of Isis says, test law -1. If you pass, choose an investigator on your space that does not have a blessed condition, gain a blessed condition. But what I have recently found out while I was, paying attention to the rules, is that if you get 2 blessed conditions, like he's already blessed, it says, if you would gain another blessed condition, flip this card. And I was told by someone in the, in the comments section that they're usually pretty cool, the results of those cards. So we're going to bless himself with Blessing of Isis. He has 4 law. It's law -1, so that gives him 3. He also has the professor, which gives him 1 free success already. And of course, he is blessed. That means he is basically 4 -1, that's 3 dice, and he's already got a success. I should do this every turn. Bam, that's 1 success, which is actually 2 successes. Oh wait, if you pass, choose an investigator on a space that does not have a blessed condition. They thought of this exploit. Damn you! Damn you designers and your fair and balanced gameplay. You suck! Okay, so instead he's gonna bless this boy down here. Oh God, it's in here somewhere. Blessed, here we are, bam. Okay, so he's blessed. And for his second action then, he's just gonna take a focus. We don't need that clue right now. Now, finally, we have this bloke. He is going to do a trade action as well. He's gonna get rid of Mr. Relier. Do we have a weapon in here? Oh, he's gonna get rid of Henry Walters. We really needed another combat. I thought there was enough combat to go around. Okay, so yeah, so he's going to send and also get rid of the gun, the 32 caliber. And all of those items are going to Henry up here. Yeah, blammo. Okay, and that is that. Now the reason we could do it that, of course, is because these guys are all in London together. Sweet. Okay, let's go. Oh, you know what, actually? What am I thinking? He's not going to trade that gun. He's just going to trade the other 2 things. Mr. Relier, that's what we wanted to trade. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm back. Now, luckily for me, I decided to do an edit after the player turn. There's quite a few errors that I need to address. So let's start with the easy ones. For starters, I did not do a second action for this guy. I did a trade action and that was it. So we'll deal with that later. But more importantly, over here, we had this ability that gave us a random item. We picked up this cool item here, but the thing is, it's a 4 cost. All 4 cost items should be destroyed by a rumor that we had at the beginning of the game. So that's gone. So I need to find a new random item for her. Let's just quickly do that. Yeah. Fresh fruit. When you perform a rest action, you may discard this card to recover 1 additional health and 1 additional sanity. That's actually awesome. Boom. So that's error number 1 complete. Now, this guy here did an acquire asset action, which didn't actually gain any assets, luckily. But he can't do that because he is in a city space with a monster, so he can't do that trade action. He's going to take a focus token. We need to go through and return all the cards that we traded, basically, if I can remember them. Okay, so that's the Lorient. He definitely wasn't there. He goes back over here. This guy, these 2 things, Mr. Relier and Henry Walters, go back down to Joe. The Arcane Insight goes back over here. And that's about that. So, to recap, I've just returned all the items. I'm pretty sure that's all the items correctly returned. This is what happened in this turn. He moved, and using his action ability, he took this guy with him. So he moved up as well. Then he took a focus token. That's his second action. This guy's turn was fine. Then in this guy's turn, he did a Blessing of Isis, and then he took a focus token, which is what he's going to continue to do. But we also forgot to flip the Blessing of Isis card over and see what's on the back. We got 2 successes, 2+ the gods smile upon your cause, no additional effect. So nothing actually happens. Now this guy, he did a trade action, which he couldn't do, and we didn't need to do because in trade actions, you can actually trade freely. For some reason, I thought you could only give items, not receive items. And we didn't do his second action. So for starters, he's taking a focus token because this is one of the few actions we can do while we have a monster on the board. Let's have a quick look at what he's got here. And we're going to use his other action ability here, which allows him to discard an asset from the asset offer, ally, service, or weapon. Then we can replace the discarded asset with one of those options. So we're going to discard this one and we're going to call weapon. So let's see what kind of weapon we get. 38 revolver. In addition, after all those cancelled trade actions, we still have one thing we can do to do the most important trade of the turn that didn't work. So Esteban here says, once per round during the action phase, you may trade possessions with each other investigator on your space. Now, this is a trade, but it's not a trade action. Only trade actions aren't allowed during a action phase where there's a monster on your space. Because this is an external effect that has got nothing to do with an actual action, it's just a passive ability, I'm pretty sure I can do this, so I am going to do it. You can let me know in the comments if I can't. But I'm not going to take it back. Anyway, so he is then going to send these guys back to, that's the Mr. Relier and Henry Wilco, or Wilcox, and they're going to go back to Henry up there, the astrologer. Okay, so we're all on the same page.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Right, let's get into the actual encounter phase now. And we're going to start with this guy, and then with her, because he's the first player. Now they're both in Tokyo, which is a city space and a purple space. The Anu offer to help. Gain one random service asset from the deck. Then you tell them a tale. Do an influence test. Okay, so a random service. I really like service cards, so that's all good news. Service. Here we are, service. Right, put that deck back. Intelligent reports. When you gain this card, immediately gain 2 clues, then discard this card. Beautiful. So we'll just gain 2 clues. What's this? That's an expansion clue. That's an expansion clue. There we are. Now we do a influence test. Now his influence is +4. So 4 dice. He's already got 2 successes of 2 4-die rolls. So let's get one more success, please. Yeah, blammo, and he does. There's a 6. Oh, he's a double, actually. A 5 and a 6. Nice. If you pass, they speak to the spirits on your behalf. One monster of your choice on any space loses 3 health. Beautiful. It's exactly what we want. Now, let's just quickly see how much health is on this thing. 5 health on the zombie horde. Okay, so this loses 3 health, so that goes down to 2. And now we draw Aki's Tokyo card. God, this is another influence test. I think they're all influence. You hire a private detective agency to help fight your war. Do an influence test. Now her influence isn't that good. It is actually 2. Does she have anything that helps? Well, she's got the messenger. And she does have compose, which allows her to re-roll 1s. So that is 2 influence. Come on. Yablamo. Oh, another double 5. Bam. Take that. If you pass, their agents go to work. Gain 1 random service asset from the deck, and 1 monster of your choice on any space loses 2 health. I'm actually going to put that onto the the zombie horde here. That's got 5 health, so -2, that gets 3. I'm fairly confident I can take out that 2 monster, that 2 attack there or whatever. Maybe I should. What does this get? Spawn clue tokens. We don't care about clue tokens. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Right, next. Oh, wait, we need a service item too. Right, service. Oh, this is upside down. What is this? It is an item. Okay. Rightio. Service. Yeah, service. Bam. The Magic Shoppy. Huh. Back in Arkham, are we? When you gain this card, immediately gain 2 spells and discard this card. Now we actually have 2 decks here, so I'm just going to roll a little die. I get a 2, so we'll go this deck, first deck, and main shot, yep, we'll just get 2 spells, and we get Binding. When you or another investigator on any space resolves a combat encounter, you may test lore. If you pass, reduce the monster's damage to 1 during that encounter. Then flip this card. Wow, that is pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. What else have we got? Shrouds of Shadow. During an encounter phase, you may choose to encounter as if there are no monsters on your space. Test lore -1. Okay, so that's kind of like a worse version of Mist of Relier, which he's already got. Boom, another 2 spells, and that's a particularly good one, that Binding. Now, does that have to be done before the combat or after the combat? It says, when you or another investigator on any space resolves a combat encounter, you may test. So, that sounds like to me that I have to play that card at the beginning of the resolution step for combat. So I can't wait until after the combat to cast it like I can with, say, Flesh Ward, which allows you to prevent damage. Okay, next we have Finn, the first of the grouping here. Ooh, there's 2 health on that monster. Okay, so let's have a look at this monster. He has a mind test. We're looking for 2 successes. Now, his mind is actually not too bad. It's at 3, and I think he's got plenty of help here. He's definitely got lots of cards. Okay, so he doesn't have anything to help him, so he's rolling 3 dice. We need 2 successes. Here we go. 3 dice. Okay, what you got for us? Yablamo. We get 1 success. So he takes 1 sanity damage. So that is 1 sanity damage, takes him 2. But he has quite a lot of stuff going on now, because he has the Book of the Moon. So this says, whenever you lose 1 or more sanity, you may gain 1 focus or spend 1 focus to improve a skill of your choice. So he has a focus, so he's going to spend that, and he's going to improve his strength. He's now at 4 strength. Now we're doing combat. So the combat is -1 strength, and we need 3 hits. Remember, there's only 2 health on this monster. He has the chainsaw, which is +3, and it has exploding dice. So that's 3 + 4 is 7 die, and I think that's it. Plus he is blessed. That is, he has 4 dice plus 1, 2, 3 -1 gives him a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blessed dice. We need 3 successes. Come on. What, am I recording on this? Yes, I am. Thank you. And we get 1, 2, 3, and that's a 6, which means we get an extra hit. So we hit him for 4. Bam, 4 hits, monster's dead. So that epic monster is now gone. Now, does that complete this rumour? Spawn the epic monster in London. When it's defeated, solve this rumour. So that's the end of that. This rumour is now gone. Yablamo. And now we have a whole bunch of sort of useless things. We're going to have him and him both do London, and he's going to do the mystic thing. So yeah, so he's now going to do London. You gain access to socialites who have fallen under the influence of Hastur. Do an influence test. So his influence is 2, and I don't believe he has anything to help him, but he does have blessed dice. So that's 2 dice. Yablamo. He gets 2 successes. That's a pass. If you pass, you gain their trust and learn about Hastur's avatars. Gain 1 clue. And that, my friends, is another clue. Bam. Now this guy here is down here versus this very nasty monster, which I probably should have put the damage on him when I had the chance. Okay, what have we got here? He has a mind -1 for 2 damage, and we need to roll 3 on a strength -2. So this guy's actually tougher than that epic monster. Just has less health. Wow, that is harsh. Okay, so this isn't good. Okay, so what have he got here? He's got anything to help him. So he does have the Holy Spear, which gives him +4 dice, and that's it. So he has 4 strength and 4 dice. That's, oh wait, he's got to do the mind test first. So that's 3 mind. He gets 1 success, that's 2 damage. Oh no, he could very well be dead here. You know, oh no, that's horribly bad. Okay, and now we're doing the fight. So he's got the Holy Spear, which is 4. He's got 4 die. That gives him, oh wait, hang on. We do not roll any 1s. Okay, so he has 8 die -2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 3 hits. We get 1 hit. That is pretty bad. I guess I'll spend his focus. I don't think he needs focus for anything else. Give him 1 more roll. Actually, I'm going to spend this focus on that sanity. Oop, I missed. And I get a 6, excellent. And the one that fell on the floor was also a 6. How's that? He gets 1 sanity back from spending his focus. And he loses 2 health, takes him to 3. But I think I can do Flesh Ward, can't I? Once per round, when an investigator would lose health, you may test Law. If you pass, prevent that investigator from losing up to 2 health. We're going to cast Flesh Ward. It does say when an investigator would lose health. It doesn't say it has to be in the same space, so I'm pretty sure that works. Let me just read this one over here, binding. What did that say? When you and another investigator on any space, maybe it has to say any space for Flesh Ward to work. Yeah, I think you might actually have to be on the same space to use Flesh Ward. So that's the end of that. He can't do, as there's still a monster here, he can't do anything. Now we have Henry, and he's going to do the Mystic Rune thing. Stonehenge. How did the deck know I was in London? Oh, that's right, because it actually puts it on. Okay, so we're in Stonehenge. According to one legend, the wizard Merlin moved the stones here magically from Ireland to honour knights that fell in battle and to protect powerful treasures that he had acquired. You search the area for any sign of a lost item. Do a observation test. Okay, so here's another guy with a lot of stuff going on. His observation's 3, which is pretty good. So he gets an observation test of 3. He is blessed. Come on. Your blammo, that is double pass. You make a discovery. Gain 1 relic unique asset. Taking the item, your thoughts are flooded with lost arcana. Do a mind -1. Okay, so first we need to get a relic. Tablet shards. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to piece together the tablet shards. Do an observation -1. Okay, so that's something you can do while he's resting. Now he has to do a mind -1. So his mind is 4, so that's 3. He is blessed. I think he's got other stuff that helps mind tests. Okay, so he's got the journal, but that's during a combat encounter. Here, talent. What's this talent? No, so he's got nothing. So he is rolling 3 dice as a mind test, and he is blessed. Oh, that's cocked because a dice went out of the bowl. That is the rule. And there's a double hit. Ooh, that was a double hit. Whatever, the point is we've got a hit. So that's a pass. That rule has always been at my table, okay? I didn't just add that to cheat. If any die, no matter how good the roll is, bounces out of the tray, it's a re-roll. If you pass, you retain this knowledge, gain 1 glamour spell. Oh no, we don't get to move the thing. That's horrible. So he gets another glamour. Yeah, glamour. Astral travel. When you perform a travel action, you may spend 1 sanity to move 1 additional space along any path. Wow, that's awesome. Now, unfortunately, Joe can't do this as well because this is now moving. The next location is 21, which is down here, just off Northern Territory. Bam. And finally, Joe is also in London. At a lecture of noted archaeologists, he reveals startling information that spawned 2 clues. During the presentation, a stranger tries to sneak a scarab into your pocket to do an observation test. Okay, so we spawn 2 clues. Space 3 and Sydney. So Sydney's down here with the moon beast. And space 3 is probably up here somewhere. 2, 3. Yep. This monster goes back here. Did we actually hit him for a damage? I think we hit him for 1 damage, right? So he's actually got 3 damage left. I'll check that when I get back on my, when I get everything working again. Right, and now he does an observation test. Okay, so his observation's really high. It is at 4, plus he is obviously got a focus and he has a blessing, and he doesn't have anything to help him, but he is got 4 observation and blessed, and the card is got no modifier, so that's 4 blessed dice. Wow, 1, 2, 3. That is insane. It is inscribed with the words, "Cursed he who would move my body, to him shall come fire, water, and pestilence. If you fail, gain an eternal injury condition." So we don't gain anything. We just get the clues. It's a bit of a letdown. So the big question now is, will we get a comet? And we don't. Oh, that's so good. So we don't get a comet, but we do get an omen track move, followed by a monster surge, followed by clue spawn. So this moves to here, which is a blue. We do have 1 blue gate on the board, so we have 1 doom track movement. Then, of course, we have the monster up here. Now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got to distribute 5 sanity around all our characters. That shouldn't be too hard, actually. For starters, we have this guy here. Headstrong talent. Once per round, when you would lose sanity, you may test mind. If you pass, prevent the loss of up to 2 sanity. So we're going to put 3 sanity on that guy. Okay? So that takes his 5, puts it down to 2, and now we're going to test mind. His mind is 4, and he gets blessed. Yeah, blammo. We get 1, 2 successes. So we prevent 2 of that, so he goes back up to 4. And now we flip the other side of this. What's it say? Resolve the effect based on your result. 2+. You look in the face of true horror and you do not blink. No additional effects. Beautiful. So that's 3. Only 2 more horror needs to be placed. And down here on this bloke, he has Moxie. Once per round, you would lose 2 sanity or more sanity, prevent 1 of that sanity loss, then flip this card. We place 2 on him, that's the 5 sanity, and we get 1 sanity damage, goes to 3, and then we flip this card. Staring death in the face, time and time again, you come to a sudden, oddly comforting realization. It is not you who has gone mad, the world is mad. You may discard 1 madness condition, then flip this card. We have no madness conditions on this guy, so that doesn't do anything. Okay, so that's the end of that. That's the sanity damage. We put 3 on him, prevented 2. We put 2 on him, prevented 1. Not quite as scary as I thought, that old one. Okay, next. What's next? Monster Surge. We only have 1 gate on the board, so let's get 2 monsters. Let's get some benign ones, thank you. Okay, so we get a Warlock with a Comet effect. Great. If you fail the mind test, lose the health. Okay, he's pretty easy to kill though. Oh my God, on a 1 or 2, the nearest investigator gets cursed. Wow, he needs to be dealt with immediately. We have a witch who also has a common effect. Also easy to kill. If you fail a mind test, you gain a curse condition. Ouch. Each investigator who has a curse condition loses 1 health. Wow, how's that for a combo? Boom, boom. Lots of monsters down there. Every single one of those monsters has a common effect. And now we spawn clues. There are just clues all over this map. Okay, that goes to 9. Oh. That goes to 6. That goes to 19. That's a expansion. And that goes to Arkham. Okay, 19. There's 18. 19's right up the corner. Yeah, blam. 6 is over here. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on in San Francisco. We've got 2 clues here, a clue here, and a clue here. North America. That's where the action is. Something evil's going on in North America. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clues, 6 clues basically on that one continent. According to the police report, several individuals entered the warehouse in the middle of the night. They performed some sort of ritual which accumulated in their death. What you know that the police don't is that afterwards something inhuman left that warehouse. Call the Elder Thing. Spawn 1 monster for each space that contains a cultist monster. Well, there are no cultists, so that does nothing. Okay, that's the end of that. Bam. How do I do this again? Need to discard 2 spells plus a special artifact. Okay, so here's the sitch. We have these guys up here. I also, because there was actually a break between Aki's encounter phase and the rest of the turn. And I think I actually did that wrong again. I think you can actually trade even if there's a monster on the space, so I kind of screwed up this whole turn. Whatevs, man. The point is, we have 3 guys up here. We're going to start with him, and he's going to use his trade with all players special ability on one of his cards and just do some swapping. And then we're going to move out. We're going to send Joe to kill this guy, possibly pick up that clue. We're going to send this bloke here. Using his ability, we'll get him down to Rome. Well, we'll do it next turn, but basically we've got to definitely get to Heart of Africa and get rid of this monster. We need to kill this monster, and we need to get over to Buenos Aires ASAP and get rid of that. So there's quite a lot of stuff going on here. It's going to take a while to get it all organized. Still, that is the situation we're in, and I'll see you guys next time.